Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Jacob Wile, too.
And welcome to another feels-inducing episode of Tiki's Universe. That's right, folks.
Yeah.
It is the show where we recap, respond, and react to all things in the myriad of animated TV programming. We've been on a star kick for a while, but we also do DuckTales, and coming up, we've got Big Hero 6. We've got Steven Universe is coming back around in December. Excited about that. Let's see, all kinds of things, Jacob. All kinds of things. So looking forward to getting into everything. But for now, let's talk about Star vs. Force of Evil, the pairing of episodes we got today, which was Sweet Dreams and then Lava Lake Beach. What do you think of these episodes, Jacob?
Definitely intriguing, I got to admit. Definitely quite an interesting picture going forward. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think my thesis statement on both these episodes is the Sweet Dreams episode was definitely a really interesting kind of plot episode that really kind of raised the stakes for the whole show in a lot of ways. Whereas Lava Lake Beach, honestly, just the way it's put together, the way it's animated, like the lighting, the shadows, the music, and everything like that, it's a pretty simplistic episode, but I think Lava Lake Beach is at the very least my favorite episode of Star vs. Force of Evil that focuses mostly just on, like interpersonal relationships.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it really got to me. Like we'll talk about some of the stuff that, let's just say this episode, it kind of hit close to home with me in kind of a personal sort of way. So we'll break it down. It can be an interesting conversation.
And the fact that's a reversal of a previous episode, basically.
What would the previous episode be?
The reversal of a previous episode. It's a reversal of Just Friends.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you meant it was like a reversal of an episode that I didn't like that was using the same style. But yeah, no, you're right. It absolutely, and Just Friends is up there as well, Jacob. So I'm glad you actually bring up that episode. I'm sorry I didn't quite get your context there for a second. But no, Just Friends is a great episode to kind of pair this one with. But we're not going to talk about that one just yet, Jacob. We're going to go around to Sweet Dreams, which was a really, really interesting, psychologically complex episode, Jacob. What do you make of this one?
It'll be interesting to see how it goes from here. I mean, like Star can now travel, at least in her dreams, turn into her butterfly form and travel between dimensions without scissors.
Okay, so let's just not bury the lead on this at all right? Glossaric. And Ludo.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see Ludo.
I'm sorry, like Glossaric, just to be clear, I love the moment where Glossaric like pulls them out of the dimension with the sock rope. It's Glossaric, you might be stupid, but you're doing stuff. You're slowly coming through, buddy. Yeah.
I thought that was just Eclipse of throwing him in like on a title.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right. But it was still a great moment. And Eclipse, there is a lot of good stuff to get into between Eclipse and everything.
Yeah, and Ludo seemed kind of like had the same wide-eyed, spacey look that Glossaric did.
So I love the Ludo cameo, Jacob. I just cracked up when I saw him.
No, I mean, yeah.
He looks so pathetic, and I love how he just kind of like casually waves, like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Just floating out here in space, like you last left me."
Well, remember, he did ask for it, literally.
I know.
But it looks like he has like the head. He had the same wide-eyed, spacey look that Glossaric does. I mean, I don't know if that's like supposed to be a connection or anything, but still.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, it might just be like a one-off gag or something, but for all I know, it could be tied into something we see later on.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so it has been done to pay off some of the smallest details.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which I think this season in general is just like doing a really good job about those small details. Just kind of seeding them into the episodes.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how this goes, and like interesting to see how Star's like awakening her in her form, in her butterfly form, inadvertently in her dreams. It's kind of funny though. I mean, like especially considering last episode, she was like making like Marco, you have to tell the truth. He was like, Marco, don't tell them the truth. It's like she flip-flops between like if it benefits, if it's about me, I don't have to do it. But if it's about you, yes, you have to.
Yeah, it makes me wonder how long they're going to go on with the whole plot line of Star being, Marco being Star's squire, I should say.
I have no idea. There is an episode later.
It seems like, especially with the lake episode, it seems like, Marco's kind of trying to slowly drift away from Star.
And it might not last forever, for all we know.
Who knows? We'll see.
And there's a future episode dealing with Star portaling in her dreams later on. So this isn't a one-off deal.
Oh no, I didn't think it would be, and I think it's Jacob is someone who kind of like experiments in the realms of lucid dreaming quite a bit. I got to say, this episode is it's pretty interesting. I don't want to say it's relatable because in my dreams I'm not like some crazy butterfly person, but
well, I hope not.
You know what this episode kind of reminds me of though, Jacob, is it very much kind of has a Doctor Strange feel to it.
I see that.
Kind of like all the, I like the feel of like the interdimensional hopping without the control, because of course the show up to this point has been founded on the dimension hopping with the control of the scissors. And then of course, as Marco's making a big deal out of, essentially the training wheels are gone in this exercise. It's like she's going into the dream realm, into the cosmic realm, sans scissors. So it's a pretty big plot development for her character.
It is, and seems like even Moon isn't aware of what's going on with the whole spontaneous thing.
Well, of course, we have to talk about River.
I was like, and that's what I was talking about. That's probably one reason why they didn't decide to tell them the truth. Because
God, River is just like
we'll just have to send her away and probably adopt a new princess.
And the High Commission, they would do so many tests, so painful.
It's like
River, like you gotta love River, but at some points he's not the most socially graceful.
No, but you still gotta love him.
Oh yeah.
He's still the lovable dad.
And at the end of the day, he's still the lovable little kid who offered the apology meat.
Exactly. In some ways, he never grew up.
Oh, I'm going to be a real boy.
That's hilarious.
All right, so let's break down Eclipse.
Her appearances are very brief, but you're never learning more and more about her, it seems.
I'm really loving the way they're building her up throughout these episodes, Jacob. I'm a big fan of it, as you know.
Yep. It's like they're sprinkling here and here. They're like, she knows more than she's letting on, and definitely knows more than she's letting on.
Yeah, and like I said, I think my theory about her, wanting to be in the confines of the castle is, I think at this point it's safe to say it's more than a theory. It's a game theory. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. It's like I feel at this point that's clearly the way that the writers are kind of writing the character is Eclipse as someone who's just like, she's pulling on all these strings and kind of influencing things in different ways, especially with Star, especially because she sees that she has a connection to Star. And the fascinating thing about this on a character level for me, Jacob, is the fact that when you think about it, Eclipse could be doing everything she's doing with Star on either kind of like a nefarious level because she has some intention to get back at the Butterfly family, or she could just be doing it because she's genuinely found a friend after being frozen for so long. You know what I mean? So, or it could be a little bit of both. It could be kind of like I love this kind of mystery to it. It reminds me of the way that they're building up magic in DuckTales.
Yeah, it's kind of like a maybe who knows, it could be like a rule by my side as aunt and grandmother and great granddaughter.
Yeah, yeah. Well, either way, I love the characterization of Eclipse. I love her design, her theme music. It's just everything about this character is really defining season 3 for me.
And we'll have to see how it goes from here. I mean, like, she seems nice, but it's like it's always the nice ones you have to look out for.
Exactly. She could be like the Dolores Umbridge of the series for all we know.
Well, Dolores Umbridge was like she acted nice, but was openly evil.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyways.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I think she's at least more subtle than Umbridge, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I still love Umbridge though. Umbridge scared the crap out of me reading that book. Anyways. Okay, so Jacob, do you want to transition over into the next episode, or do you have anything else to say about the Sweet Dreams?
I like the bond of trust that Marco and Star gain at the end again. Like, like I just really like the ending of it. Like, it's a conclusion that's like, I'll face this on my own.
Yeah, you're right. It is a very kind of powerful ending note to go out on, and I don't know. It's kind of a sensitive issue to bring up, but I think the puberty of it all is kind of at play here as well. I think that sort of might be tracking. Of course, Moon mentioned that, like, it starts at puberty.
Yeah, that seems that way. I mean, I wonder if Moon ever sleep spelled. I don't know. Well, sleep spell was already a thing, but this is like beyond sleep spells.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
I wonder if she was
track.
Yeah. Now on to Lava Lake Beach.
Okay, so Jacob, I'm in love with this episode, I gotta say. I don't know why. It's a very simple episode. This is definitely the best episode we've had for the characters of Kelly and Tad. Like, before, they've kind of been very background, like, minor characters. Like, hey, they're kind of in the Muni realm, too. You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, between just... First of all, I love a good beach episode. Like, that's just something that... It's just an easy A for me. You know what I mean? It's just... Beach episodes and island episodes and stuff like that are just very agreeable to Tiki. What can I say? My name's Tiki. Sue me. But no, seriously, I really love the atmosphere, like the marshmallows and everything like that.
Yeah, it's really neat to see. Like,
the whole thing kind of had just this very wistful kind of like end of the summer feel to it, where it's like, like these kids have their whole lives in front of them, and yet they're kind of like still trying to grasp onto childhood to a certain extent. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking way too deep into it.
I mean, it's just like, seems like they're just like a couple of friends hanging out at this beach to watch this once a year event.
Yeah.
What is it called again?
Oh gosh,
Hold on, I have the wiki. And it doesn't have any. And it doesn't have anything.
That's helpful.
But it's like some kind of
some sort of solar eclipse. It's basically like a stand-in for a solar eclipse.
It's like a demon eclipse, kind of.
Yeah.
I know it has. I think it has the word demon in it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I wish we had it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyways, really interesting character development throughout this episode. It's like there's no action, no background, anything. It's just these 4 characters.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I liked about it, because it very much fleshed out all of them to certain degrees.
And even Kelly and her boyfriend, or
Tad.
Yeah, her ex-boyfriend.
Hey, Marco, what's up?
I love Greg. I'm just a fan of Greg Sipes in general.
Yeah, of course, on the Star and Tom side of things, it seems like they're definitely kind of much into the thick of things with their relationship, and that's naturally going to be bothering Marco.
Yep, and he's even wearing Marco's jacket.
You have to keep in mind, folks, throughout these episodes, like, it's probably going to get kind of soap opera-y with the, like, oh, Marco likes likes Star, but Star likes Tom, but then Kelly likes Marco, maybe.
I mean, it kind of went that around last season too, so it's not anything new.
I guess so.
I mean, remember we had Marco. I mean, Star constantly denying that she liked Marco. So
yeah, I'm just saying. Last season we had, we didn't have as much of a love triangle thing going on with Tom as we do now.
Yeah, it's like I think the writers are just intentionally screwing with us.
Right. Oh god.
Like, hey, look at this. We're screwing with you again. It's like even this must have killed Adam MacArthur. Because he's like the biggest shipper of them all. Like this must have killed him. But yeah. But it did have some interesting development in Marco's character as he actually began to realize that he likes Star. He might like Star too.
I mean, I think at this point he's sort of already realizing that he likes Star. I honestly think the development from Marco's character is that he could potentially move on from Star. Actually,
I mean, he was denying it. He was denying it up until the point in the episode.
And what I thought was a really interesting exchange in this episode that might have gone by some people's heads.
What was that?
The whole bit where the whole thing about Tad being Marco's quote unquote best friend.
I mean, I noticed that.
Because of course we made a really big cutting deal out of Jackie Lynn saying like you and me both know that's not true when Marco calls Jackie his best friend. And so I don't know, I think we like jokingly referring to Tad as Marco's best friend. Jacob, I think I'm gonna go and gonna pack my bag, gonna get some suntan lotion and take a train right over to the Markel ship.
Sounds good.
I don't know. What do you think?
Sounds about right.
Well, no, I'm not asking about the shipping name. I'm asking you, do you think that these two cute kids could get together?
I mean, it's entirely possible.
All right, you want to know the moment that did it for me, Jacob? The moment where it got really personal for me.
What was that?
It was Marco giving Kelly his jacket.
Oh yeah, I did know that was sweet of him. At first now it just seems like they're good friends, but I don't know if anything's gonna go on between them beyond that.
Jacob, at this point, I've dated 4 girls. I've pulled that move with all 4 of the women I have dated in my life. Works like a charm. Yeah. It's like my #1 move. And look, I'm not saying it's not a sweet gesture, okay? The reason it is so effective is because it is so sweet. It's like it's like a self-sacrificing gesture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, I don't know. I'm just like, oh, I don't know. And maybe they won't, of course, I think it's going to take a little time for them to go from friends to a little bit more than that. But I thought it was good, kind of a good placeholder for that, a good step in the right direction.
I mean, right now I just thought it was like them supporting each other through their tumultuous relationships and all that. But I mean,
you could very well be right, but I also think that
I'm not ruling out the possibility of Mark Kelly, but
Markel. No, just Markel. No Mark Kelly, just Markel.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just think it sounds better. Markel.
I mean, they ship Marco with everything else, so
I know, right?
Like some people probably ship Marco with that umbrella.
Oh god, that Marco Diaz gets around.
That he does.
I think people are gonna start shipping Marco with characters from Big Hero 6.
That wouldn't surprise me. But I wouldn't mind seeing Markel, as you put it. I mean, it'd be quite an interesting development. I mean, if it does, actually happen.
And I think Kelly is definitely a character who's been on the sidelines since season 2, and it was nice to see her get a lot more screen time. This was basically the most centered around an episode she's been since the show's run, this is the most screen time she's ever been given. So I think we might be having that for a reason. And I don't know. I think like the tag character, I think we can kind of take or leave, right? Like he's just sort of a one-off joke at this point. But with the Kelly character, I think there's a lot of substance there to grow from.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting to see. It's like considering like the biggest joke was like they make up and break up all the time, and now it's like it's finally over. And like she has room to grow.
Yeah. So I'm really interested to see the plot development there. And like I said, folks, it's a very simple episode, so I can't, it's like it's kind of a struggle to put into words like why I like it so much.
I mean, I liked it too. I mean, I just liked it because of the focus on characters.
I definitely agree with you on the character thing. And
didn't even really have much comedy.
No, not a ton. What do you think of the music? Because I thought the music really got to me.
Like the song at the end is what made me realize it's like this is basically a reversal of Just Friends.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like when Marco was walking and that song was playing, like I mean, seeing all the couples, including Skelly and Skelly. he's starring Tom. And it's like, oh, this is basically a reversal of Just Friends, but only from Marco's side this time.
So yeah, just overall, I'm very, very pleased with this bunch of episodes, Jacob. I thought we got a great batch today. Really happy with it. I thought Sweet Dreams definitely. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll say my final thoughts after you say yours.
Okay, my bad. I think Sweet Dreams definitely, hit the nail on the head with the creativity, cool animation, some cool plot developments. And then, of course, as we've been kind of like raving about, I thought that, that the beach episode was just fantastic in turn, the Lava Lake Beach, because of just how emotional it was, how centered around characters it was, and just the little touches and the animation and the music and the lighting. Real standout for the season for me was Lava Lake Beach.
One thing I could say, it's like this show is a very interesting interesting development of like taking characters that are kind of like so at first and turning them into genuinely likable characters.
I mean, look at Jana in season 2.
I mean, look at Ludo.
Right.
I mean, like Jana, Ludo, even Tom was definitely better than the other examples at first, but even he's grown a lot.
Who knows? Maybe Sensei's on his way to being a really likable character. Who knows?
He has a long way to go.
Honestly, Jacob, the two characters I think are just unsalvageable. Are Ferguson and Alonso.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much cast to the wayside now.
Pretty much. Okay, Jacob, so the next episode is going to be, let's see, what is it called? It is Death Peck. The synopsis is Star urges the royal youth of Muni to sign a petition calling for the equal treatment of monsters. Oh boy. Okay, so we're going to get into the monster civil rights stuff again. Hopefully it's better than the last episode we saw that take place in, so.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the whole idea of the monster rights movement.
You're right. We both like the idea. We just kind of thought the execution on the last episode was a little off, so this might expand on that idea a little better, hopefully. Hoping for the best.
We'll see more of that, whatever her name was.
Right. The Jane Goodall lookalike.
Yeah.
Okay, and the next episode after that is Ponymonium. And the synopsis is Ponyhead is Star Butterfly is thrilled when Ponyhead invites her to have dinner with her sisters. Oh boy. Oh, Jacob, we're getting the extended Ponyhead family. I'm really excited about that.
Oh yeah, like I wonder what her extended family will be like. I mean, we've already met King Ponyhead once.
Right, and King Ponyhead kind of reminds me of Sarah's dad from the Land Before Time. Like he's like super stern and strict, but Ponyhead just don't care, man. My dad, he's like so strict, Star. I'm sorry. But Jacob, all I can say about this Ponyhead family thing is I hope to God that Jenny Slate voices each and every female Ponyhead.
Oh, that'd be definitely interesting to see.
I seriously, Jenny Slate is just growing on me more and more with the Ponyhead character. So I want to see her, flex her wings when it comes to that.
I mean, hopefully not every single one because that kind of get old. Definitely, it'd be interesting to see like having more of an expanded role, and like actually see more of her history, like expand her as a character.
Okay, Jacob. Well, I think that is about it. Any final thoughts on your end?
No more on my end. It's like it'd be interesting to see how these 2 episodes play out in the future because we know, Sweet Dreams has at least has somewhat of a sequel episode later on,
Right.
and maybe some of the stuff established in Lava Lake Beach will pay off in the future.
Yeah, only time will tell, I guess.
We're in your hands, Star Crew.
Oh God. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, folks. We will be back tomorrow for another exciting installment of Tiki's Universe, where we'll be talking about the next 2 episodes of Star vs. Force of Evil, and things will get a little weird and a little wild yet again.